1812, coming on down, in 1812, there was a great wave of unemployment through the country. And couldn't blame that on the Republican Party anyhow. And that was in 1812, and they financed the money for public works by lottery. Did that by lottery. Got public works in 1812 by lottery. Now they do it by magic. Lotteries in our history come clear on down to the Louisiana. You all remember when the Louisiana lottery, it was doing great till they drew Huey Long and then they stopped it. Every time a church wants to raise any money, they put on a raffle. You know that. And raffle, that's just kind of the Ford of lottery. And, what you want? I thought that was a pretty good little gag, too. Oh, yeah. However, millions of dollars was bet yesterday on the Kentucky Derby, and there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions that goes out of this country every year to foreign lotteries. Now, here's my plan. Now, mind you, this is not the real Rogers plan that I've been talking about. This is the Rogers, it's a temporary plan till I can get my mind on a better one, and which may be next Sunday or it may possibly be later. I'm proposing a giant lottery. That is, the more gianter, the better. Let the government, a big one. It's to be put on by the government, or still there's a lot of kick about the government going into business, so we may have to let the United States Chamber of Commerce put it on. And, or maybe the American Federation of Labor, or the Elks, or the Legion, or, my plan is to let each organization sell all the tickets they can, for the lottery. The government sells, the U.S. Chamber sells, the Federation, the Elks, the Legion, every organization, women's clubs, everything. Then the one selling the most is automatically the best organization, the business organization, and we don't have this argument over who's the best. If the U.S. Chamber wins, they will have proved it instead of just admitting it like they are now. In most lotteries, I imagine they take out about 20 or 25% for the charity that they're doing it for. But in my plan, the RLTUICCOABL plan, that's the Rogers Lottery temporary until I can think of a better plan. And remember the initials now. RLTUICCOAB plan, the Rogers Lottery temporary emergency plan until I can think of a better one. I take 50% of the whole fund. It goes to relief, and 10% goes to expenses. See what I mean? And commissions to the people that sell the tickets. Now, the 40% goes to the winners. You say, yeah, but will they invest this money when they only get 40% of it back? Certainly, because they don't know. The winners, the losers wasn't going to get anything, and the winners ought to be tickled to get that much back. And they don't know whether they're going to win or not, anyhow. And all this money is to go to pay for all relief. Now, mine, it does away with all this relief money they're spending. This replaces all of the all relief. And all things of a charitable nature. Anything that we've got, that's by charity. But this is the big thing in my plan. How are you going to make the rich fella, the old conservative rich fella, buy any tickets? Well, make every man who's got to buy and spend 5% of his salary or his earnings has got to go for, he's got to get, out of his gross income, he's got to spend 5%, see? If he makes $100,000 a year, he's got to buy $5,000 worth of tickets. If he makes $1 million, he's got to buy $50,000 worth of tickets. Now, he's got to give half of those tickets to a fund, and this fund is to provide tickets for all people that can't afford to buy any, see? That's for the poor people, women, children, and all. Charity patients in the hospital, every man, woman, and child in this country must have a ticket. In that way, we keep it a democratic country. You see, according to my plan, you make the moneyed entrants pay for the less fortunate. It's the only plan that a rich man won't kick on, for he still is holding thousands of tickets of his own. You see what I mean? After you give up half of them, you can always get money out of a rich guy if you can show him where there's a chance that he's liable to bring something home with him, Then, too, he feels like he's provided thousands of tickets for the ones, that maybe couldn't bought the tickets, Whole thing is a kind of a glorified Wall Street, only you don't need as much money and you have more chance to win. That was the idea. Now, here's another new two angles of a plan. Don't make the lottery on a horse race. I propose that the real big lottery be made on our national election. See, on the presidential election, which is about, it's about to die out on account of interest anyway, I don't know, we're just losing interest from them. You see, our two national parties have got to a point where there's no difference in them anyhow. You can't tell a Democrat for whatever one will promise, the other will see them and then raise them. And then if there's a third party, it adds up what the other two have promised, and it'll promise as much as both of them combined. And the general public, I don't know, they just lost all the taste for them. They don't care nothing about them. Now, in my plan, everybody that has hopes for running for president on any and all tickets, his name is in there. See, it's all in there, like it is these horses in the Grand National and the Kentucky Derby or any of these sweepstakes. The names are all in there. Then a couple of weeks before election, or a month, you draw out these names. And there'll be hundreds of tickets on each candidate, see? Won't just be one winner. There'll be lots of winners, lots of tickets on each candidate, see? And thousands of cash prizes, some tremendous prizes, So in the draw, you may get Mr. Hoover, Mr. Vandenberg, or Franklin Delano Roosevelt, or Teddy Roosevelt, or Eleanor Roosevelt, or Buzzy Roosevelt, or Sister Roosevelt, or Father Coughlin, or Upton St. Clair, Townsend, Dewey, Governor of Kansas, Ogden Hill, maybe Clark Gable. Now, when the drawing is over, then those that have drawn tickets on these various candidates, see, now get this, well, then they get out and start working for them, don't you see? They start working for them. So that's where you get the interest in the election, which you haven't got now. Not because they want him for president, but they want to collect all this tickets, don't you see? In that way, we can make our elections a big event. We can make the American election as big a thing as the Grand National in England, And just as important to the world as that is. Or maybe we can make it as big as the Kentucky Derby or the Santa Anita Handicap. We would make everybody election conscious, We'd even sell tickets all over the world, and ours would be so big we could sell tickets all over the world and get some of this money back over there instead of us sending it over there, because those people are great gamblers. Europeans are bigger gamblers than us. And they'll go where the biggest lottery is. Now, we can't have the biggest army and the biggest navy and all that, see? But we can have the biggest lottery. And I believe if you take this plan, you adopt the Rogers, RLTUICTOAB, and put that in, and put on the biggest lottery has ever been, I believe we're going to get our debts back. That's what I think, because if they send $1 over and we nick 60 cents out of it, we're going to make some money out of it. Well, that's what I got. Now, I've looked over. I got a minute here before this guy's got to blow this horn over this thing on. I've looked the whole plan over, and I can't find a flaw in it myself. Of course, I haven't showed it to anybody else, told anybody else about it. The poor would be for it, and the rich would be for it, and the candidates would be for it, and it would give... Well, here's the main thing it would do. It would give a national elections the thing they like now, which is, which is dignity and prestige, That's what it would give. Thank you very much. Yeah.